Hello and welcome back to Are We There Yet? Season 3, Episode 4, our Rex the Richest save, currently with Dundalk in Ireland. As you can see from the schedule, the Champions League has technically been drawn. So we're going into the second qualifying Champions Qualifier 2. We've got either Zalgiris Vilnius from Lithuania or Società Sportivo Folgore Falciano from San Marino. First leg has been played and Zalgiris have won that 2-0, so I'm expecting that to be who we play next. So let's just get a team report now while we get the chance. What else have we got? So our league table, let's have a 9 points clear, almost at the halfway point. I'll also just mention, you may have seen, but I've adjusted. Obviously, we only had the 3 games in the highlights. That's because my plan is to play Bray and St. Pat's today. Then you'll have the regular 4 the next highlights package. And then we come back for the Champions League second leg. So hopefully that'll be... I'd like for it to have been decided, and that might just be a little look at some European football. But we'll see. Actually, just looking back now, that that cup final against Cavatelli, it's just demoralizing to watch. As soon as it went to penalties, I just had a bad feeling, and it didn't really change much from there. We are in a transfer window. We've had a couple of movements. So Devontae Redmond is gone. It's gone to Blackpool because I just couldn't find a spot for him. I wasn't that particularly happy with what he does. We don't play an advanced playmaker in the middle. I mean, it said he could have gone out on the left there. Simple fact, he just wasn't fitting. He was getting upset with not being out, being out in the field, so whatever. Hakeem Abdallah has gone on loan to a French side, I believe. Correct, it is. Mulrooney Skinner has gone back out on loan again, and Sean Timmins has gone. I've never really talked about him, and that's most of the reason why he's been sold, £3,500 instead of just letting him leave on a free. A couple more youngsters have come in. Keith Yelverton hasn't at all worked out like I thought he was going to. It was, I think, 4.5 star potential. He's turned up and it's now barely 3. There's some nice stats. Not really. Determination, teamwork, vision. Mentally, he's not bad for 17. Whether he actually eventuates into anything, I'm not sure. To be honest, I highly doubt it. Connor Hill, though, he's a little bit more exciting. He does have 4.5 star potential. And he's also got acceleration, bit of pace, agile, works really hard. The technicals are lacking, minus his tackling and marking. Those are both good. But he will train as a complete wingback just because that gives the most training, most categories for training. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not sure. So we'll go straight into the game against Bray Wanderers, who currently are 5th. They're still within striking distance for 2nd at least. And you could say that they could still reach us by the end of the year, but at the end of the day, I'm hoping to dominate this game and basically just keep on moving up. I'm going to drop O'Connor again because Rice is playing too bloody well, and Burgess has picked it up the last couple of games as well. He's played really well. I'm still not sure about the left back. Alright, so you can see that we're pretty clear favourites. And that's right. Yeah, I had a few contract renewals came up. Chris Fagan obviously got one, because he's just too bloody good, and I don't have a striker that is really anywhere near as clinical as he is. So for the time being, Fagan will be the man up top, and I think he's only 28, so he's still got some years left in him. I'd like to think maybe another 3 or 4, especially at this level. It's not the most demanding, and I don't mean that in any offense to anyone. Just the fact that he's not playing at the Premier League level. He's not coming up against the big squads. We are the big squad on our day, and I'm hoping that's what we'll be again today. Because it's been a little bit shaky after that cup final defeat. We played really well. We just couldn't find the back of the net, and we didn't have Fagan for that game, and that might be why. It's also why I'm trying McElhenney up front instead, because I know that the 3 behind him, they're all very, very good, and McElhenney's in there early, and Kerry tucks that away for 1-0. So you can see that McElhenney has almost done more than Ambrose or Byrne were doing. I mean, Burn did play well that little stretch. I think he picked up the 5 goals in 2 or 3 games. And I'm also tempted as well. And then Kane makes it 2-0, you know, within 10 minutes. So we're definitely playing well so far. You know, and that's the sort of performance that we need. The bigger we can make the gap now, the better it's going to be in the future. Because I've said before, I'd like for the Champions League to be the focus. Not the focus in winning it, because obviously it's not possible. Well, anything's possible, but let's be realistic here. I don't expect us to if we can make the group stage, I'll be absolutely delighted, and that's, you know, why I want to keep the stronger sides available. You know, so if I have to play rotated or weakened sides for a couple of games in the league in and around, you know, our qualifying fixtures for the Champions League, and so be it. And that's why we need the points now, because it's well done, Kane. I thought it was going to go over the top there. Yeah, so we need basically to build the gap as much as we possibly can right now. And performances like today are definitely going to aid us in doing that. And Michael Duffy into Kane. Kane has a go. Not a bad shot there. I think it looked a lot closer than it actually might have been. And the long shots are definitely becoming a bit of an issue again today. Messi out on the left. Comes back into Kane. Finds Duffy. Duffy can get a... No, he's gone to Messi. Plenty of time there. Looking for McElhenney. Again into Lund. Graham Carey now. Michael Kane. Michael Duffy. He actually looks pretty good so far, despite the lengthy spell, you know, on the sidelines. I think it's 7 or 8 months, dating back to towards the end of last season. May have been the last game. McElhenney puts that away for 3-0, all inside 20 minutes. So I may actually just drop this back to control. I don't think we really need to force the issue too much. I know I've said before that when you're winning, I want to hammer people, but I'll take 3-0 in 20 minutes. I'm just going to encourage them. And they're playing well. Bray are yet to, I think, really do too much in our half, from what the highlights have shown. Well, I didn't say do nothing. And again, I suppose no highlights are good highlights, especially when you're 3-0 up. 7 long shots. Michael Kane's the big... Even Dane Messi's had a couple from distance. Lund now. Over to Rice. Kane. Finds Honeyman. Lund again. Goes it out to Burgess. Up to Kane. Honeyman with a weak pass there. Should have done much better with it. And that's going to go down the middle. Burgess will cut it out. Definitely our weak point. And if I can, I'd really like to find some pacey fullbacks. I think Rice is definitely has the ability to be one of which. Good save from flat there. Burgess probably didn't need to put that up for a corner. But safety first, I suppose. Fitzgerald with a corner. Cleared away. Buckley will get there. Cleared away again by Duffy, but there's no one really chasing that. Brennan. Lund just lunges into that. Carey's got time. Honeyman needs some support. Yeah, Buckley's just going to take it away. So things are definitely quieting down. Bray is starting to pick it up now that we've dropped to the control. But I'm alright with that for now. I think Duffy will come off. To be quite honest with you, I don't want to rush him back, and it's going to mean Carey will slide over as a winger, and then we'll put Ambrose out on the right. And now that I've gotten rid of that look for pass, it just doesn't seem to be doing as much as he was. But he's versatile enough that we can sort of fill him in wherever we need to. Wow, it's definitely gotten very quiet. Fitzgerald with the free kick into Buckley. Goes back to Foreign. Over to Connolly. Found McCabe in some space. Really need to close that down. Connolly again. Brennan. Sort of expected that, to be honest. Kind of felt like it was coming. I can live with 3-1 because we've let them back into this game something serious. I don't really know what to do. I'm bringing Halgadell in. Honeyman's not playing too badly, but free kick from Fitzgerald. Is that going to be 3-2? Shit. Right, we're going to go back to attacking. Maybe. I wonder if counter would be the better one to do because they seem to be just pressing forward. I'm going to tell them to tighten up as well. This should never have been 3-2. Ambrose has done shit since he's come on. Massey's starting to struggle as well. Maybe just like Waverson for the last little bit. See if we can get something out of him. Oh, don't you dare. Fitzgerald. Oh, what? This is ridiculous. We were like in the driver's seat and then it's just all falling apart. Going flat. Keepers in it, mate. Ahern. No, he's beaten. What the hell has happened here? I mean, fair play to them. They've made a pretty great comeback, especially from 3 down. It's not just your normal 1-0 or maybe 2 at a stretch, but 3-0. It's a pretty big deficit to overturn. It's the defenders that have gone wrong. There is time though. Still a couple of minutes for the final whistle. McElhenney. Good save. Halkadell. Well, I'm not happy. And I'm going to tell them that. They played bloody well. And it's going to upset a few people, but to be honest, I think they deserve it. Especially the defenders. It's hard to say, given that you don't see everything. But they're the ones with the lower ratings. Although, the goals and assists sort of accentuate. I don't know if that's the right word at all. They seem to buff out the player ratings, especially for your forwards and that sort of thing. So that might be the case. But at the same time, to score 3 goals, your attacking phase of the game is working. To concede 3 goals, the other side of the ball is what's letting you down. And that really is the defenders at the heart of that. There's about 30 seconds left. There is time to maybe sneak one away. But not with play like that. So definitely some things to address here. I'm starting to wonder if the tactic's been figured out, so to speak. I'm aware that SI said that was something that happened this year. You couldn't just roll the same tactic out game after game after game. And we've been doing it for about a season and a half now. All up. Buckley, please just end it. Yeah. The fans will be pleased, but I'm not. Aggressive. You ain't good enough. I mean, Kerry, whatever, mate. Gannon, what the hell happened with you? I'm not pleased. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at the team talk. Still got a 10-point lead. But that was bloody weak. We've got another unbeaten record going on. Lose that one game and then all of a sudden they go back to not losing. But their last game is probably as bad as a loss, to be honest with you. You can see that the last couple of 2 draws now. Both their last league games. So hopefully St. Pat's, who are a little bit lower down the table, can be a bit of a whipping boy, so to speak, and then we'll get straight back into winning ways. We'll jump ahead to that, and then we'll come back and see what happens. I'll see you there. Alright, so we are back for our second game of the episode. Just sort of trying to decide if there's something I can do. Maybe, you know, the last game was just a one-off. I think perhaps we're just gonna run them out again, and maybe, like I just said, hope that was a one-off. I'm starting to get a little bit... I'd hate to think we started to choke. Get into a really shitty run of form. Don't need to answer that because stupid question and I get sick of answering it. What are you going to tell them? Assertively favourites. Alright, that'll do. Probably better than my passionate every time. Never really quite grasped the team talks and their effects. It just seems to be hit and miss. I think perhaps maybe today we'll just leave it on attacking. Don't take your foot off. Just pile the pressure on. We are away from home though. It's a terrible pass from Gannon. Clearance wasn't that great either, to be honest. So Kane now. Honeyman. Duffy. Another terrible pass. Not now. Sort of did well to force him out wide. He was never really going to do much from there, was Drennan. But it's just our play in the final third at times, especially the passing. It doesn't make sense because that's like our midfield, so to speak, should be the best in the league. And that includes the centre mids and then the three in front. They're still midfielders, technically. Well, that was very lucky to come off the keeper. The animation didn't really show much, but it said he charged it down. McElhinney and Desmond in a bit of a tangle there. Massey with a throw. Massey looking what? He finds McElhinney up front. He got any support? He's got Duffy in behind him. Honeyman to McElhinney. Kane. Carey. Takes a deflection. Honeyman, well, wasn't the prettiest of goals, but Honeyman's got his 5th of the season now. He's another that's also had his contract renewed. I've tried to renew Carey's, but he's just asked. The promises, or the promises that he's demanding are just insane. He wants better defenders. He wants better coaching staff. He wants to play a certain role. He wants a big pay rise. And given our already dire financial situation, it's just not something that would be wise to give him. And it's going to suck should I lose him. He's still got another year in his contract, but I was hoping that an extension would either put off Charlton, who are still having a look at him, or at least trying to get some sort of release clause in there, so I've got a little bit of security, especially more than that $500,000. That's not anywhere near what he's worth, in my opinion. I don't think... I mean, normally I would say I'd just throw caution to the wind and I'd sign him because I know that I wanted to keep him. I get a little bit too attached to players. Like I said, I don't think it's the smartest decision financially. I don't want to sink the club. And we're not going to be here forever, obviously. But at the same time, it just feels a little bit wrong, to destroy them financially. I think we've done reasonably well with the money to not blow it all. Funnily enough, you say that when the team's multi-millions in debt. I'm going to tell them today, don't be complacent. Because you let a 3-goal lead slip just a few days ago. And I don't want it happening again. I'm not doing very much. What do they have to? Number 6, number 31, number 12. Something I need to look at doing again. 12 is a right back, right mid, and a striker. Okay, so Kavanagh. I need to close him down. I need to close down McDermott. And then Drennan. And I'm also going to tell them to sit a little bit deeper. And they're going down the wing, so we'll leave that on wide. I keep forgetting to set that back. The low crosses didn't work out half as well as I hoped it would. On to the second half. We will fit the Champions League registration because it's the next game day. Gannon is going to be in trouble here. Don't get sent off, please. Fair enough. It was a pretty poor tackle. Not very good decision making there. I think he's the captain too, so not a very good example at all. Timlin on the edge of the box. There's plenty of men in the box. Have a go. Flat's going to pick that one up quite nicely though. Yes, so we'll have a look at the Champions League registration. I'm a little bit excited about that because I didn't get to do it last season. For the most part, it was already set in stone. I just was able to add, subtract a couple of players, and I pissed a few off last year. So hopefully we can do the opposite of that this year and make a few of them happy. I think it'd be pretty exciting, wouldn't it, as a footballer? You're not, like I said before, you're not in the biggest league, but you're playing in one of the biggest leagues, for a few months of the year. It's a very long highlight. I don't like the look of it. Similar with a cross, the 1-1. What are they doing? What are they doing? I mean, I don't really need to worry too much about our league position, at least not yet. What is it at the moment? 9 points. Yeah, I think. Did I put Fagan on the bench? I don't remember now. He's allowed to play in 60 minutes. I thought I'd save him as a bit of a super sub. We go down now, then Fagan's coming straight on. Fagan might just come on anyway. I know I praised McLean in the last game, but something's just not working. O'Donnell, there's a Kavanagh, he's got tons of space. There's not really anyone in the box. Drennan. What the Carey's... Oh, what is going on, mate? So we're going to put Carey there, you there. Give Ambro... No, we're going to give Burn another go up top. It might be time for a kick up the arse, to be honest. You might have to tell them to sort the shit out. Played reasonably well. I mean, they've got all the possession. But generally, we don't really need a lot of possession. We just get things done. Just not today, apparently. But really do need to come back from this. Show some passion. Alright, Graham Carey now. Got Burn in the middle, if you can find him. He has found him. There you go, 2-2. Super sub as Sam Burn. Still not enough though. Fagan will be the go-to. What else are we gonna do? Honeyman starting to get a bit tired. So Halkadel, Lund isn't looking too happy. Give Lindsay, see if Lindsay can shake off the rust. Been a few games since he was back in the first team. Because after that suspension, he got suspended, I think, for yellow cards, and then never really found his form again. I'd like one more. I'd like the win. We're definitely outplaying them. I mean, they've created a lot of chances, so we've done well. And Burgess isn't having the best game today. Maybe O'Connor's going to have to make his way back in. I'm just not sure for which one of them. Come on. We don't just want 2 draws. Be really disappointed if that's all we get out of this. Looks like it might be. 7 seconds to go. That should just... No. Messi. Someone's going to hoof it, and then that'll be game. There you go. Another disappointing result. Might unlucky or just... Unlucky? I don't know. Didn't think they played bad enough. That's a couple of points we've dropped. Only leaves us 7 points clear now. Okay, so let's see how this is going to work out. So 2 goalkeepers, Flat and Guman. What do we need? 4 players trained by us, so that's the light blue. So O'Connor, definitely. Wow, O'Connor's the only one. Okay, under 19s. Oh no. Trained at club, so Manly. Congrats, mate. You're in. I don't even know who Sean Sweeney is. Or Lawless. These are our options. Not very many. Alright, so I'm just going to promote 4 randoms. Because I've clearly fucked this up a little bit. Okay. So where are my youngsters gone? 2. Oh, I need 3 of them. 3. Alright. Manly can go again. Okay. So we want Burgess. We want O'Connor. We want Rice. Gannon. Massey. Cuevas. We also want... How much Chambers out for? 2 or 3 weeks. So... You... McElhinney, Ambrose, Duffy, Honeyman, Hanley. Hanley does because he's not. Burn. Well, that was nice and easy. And some we haven't really missed out much because they weren't available to us really. Obviously still got some work to do. Haven't missed any major names. No, and if they're upset, they're upset basically. I'm sure somebody will be. Maybe not. Yeah, so I still got some work to do around that homegrown status, but that will, I mean, by I think it's 6 months, and all those youngsters that we brought in, you know, the Shane Hanleys and that sort of thing, they're all then eligible as trained at the club. So next time round, we'll have a much stronger club. Anyway, as far as the next episode goes, it's probably going to be shorter because we're only going to have Derry as the highlight at the start, and then we'll play a double header in the Champions League. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, please check back in for the next one. And as always, have yourselves a great day. Thanks.